If you're a Magento developer, you know the feeling, right? That endless cycle of command line entries just to get a simple fix deployed. It's tedious, it's repetitive, but it's part of the job. Or is it? What if I told you we could take that whole long process and shrink it down, way down, to just a single powerful command? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. I mean, come on, this has to look familiar. You've just wrapped up a cool new feature, you've squashed a tricky bug, and now it's time for the deployment marathon in the terminal. It's not just a chore, it completely shatters your focus and just eats up time you could be using to, actually develop stuff. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We've all been there. You're literally just copying and pasting, waiting for one long command to finish just so you can start the next one. It's a shared frustration for pretty much everyone in the Magento world. But the good news is, there is a much, much better way to handle this. Okay, before we jump into building our shiny automation solution, let's do a quick refresh on the tools we're about to automate. Each of these commands is vital, they all have a job to do. So let's do a quick and dirty breakdown of the usual suspects you're running all the time. First up, setup, upgrade. This is your go-to command anytime you've installed a new module or you've made changes to the database schema. It goes through, checks all the module versions, and applies any needed updates to your database. It's absolutely fundamental. Next, we've got setup-compile. You can pretty much think of this as a massive performance booster, especially for a live production site. It pre-compiles a bunch of code for things like factories and proxies. And the end result? A way faster website, because Magento doesn't have to figure all this stuff out on the fly for every single page load. Then there's static content deploy. This one is all about the front end, what the customer actually sees. It gathers up all of your theme's assets, the CSS, the JavaScript, images, fonts, and puts them where they need to be. If you skip this step, your site is going to look like a total mess. Trust me. Oh, this one is so critical for any store. Anytime you change product data, say you update a price or add a new category, Magento has to update its indexes. Running index or reindex is what makes sure those changes are actually live on the storefront for your customers to see. It's a big deal. And of course, the one command every developer knows by heart, cache flush. Magento caches, pretty much everything to keep things speedy. So after you've upgraded, compiled, and re-indexed, you gotta flush that cache to make sure the latest and greatest version of everything is being served up. And finally, a quick shout out to the maintenance commands. Toggling maintenance mode on before a big deployment is just smart. It shows customers a nice little "we'll be right back" page, which stops them from placing orders or hitting weird errors while you're in the middle of an update. And then, of course, you disable it when you're done. So there you have it. That's our list of essential commands. We know what they do, we know why we need them, but running them sequentially, one by one, waiting for each to finish, man, what a drag. It's a huge time sink. We're developers. We're supposed to automate things. So it's time we apply that logic to our own work. And the solution is actually super simple. A bash script. Now, don't let the name intimidate you. A bash script, it's usually a file that ends in .sh, is literally just a plain text file. That's it. It's like a to-do list for your computer. You list the commands you want to run in order, and the computer just does them for you. Simple, right? Okay, let's get practical. Let's actually build our own little deployment assistant. We're going to create a file. We'll call it deploy.sh, and this is going to be our blueprint for one-command deployments from now on. The whole process is just 4 easy steps. First, you'll create a new file called deploy.sh right in your main Magento folder. Second, you open that file and just paste in that sequence of commands we just talked about. Third, and this is a really important step, you have to make the file executable. And finally, you just run it. So that crucial third step, it all comes down to this one little command right here. chmod +x deploy.sh. This is basically you telling your computer, hey, this isn't just a text file anymore. It's a program, and you have my permission to run it. The best part? You only have to do this once. After that, your script is ready to go whenever you need it. All right, now for the fun part. Let's talk about the payoff. This is the aha moment. This is where that tiny bit of setup becomes so worth it. You're about to see how much time and just mental energy this little script is going to save you. And this just says it all. Look at the difference. On the left, you've got the old way, that long list of commands you have to type or copy and paste, one after the other. And on the right, the new way. One single short command. You get the exact same result, but the effort it takes is on a completely different planet. This quote perfectly captures the feeling. You run your script, and then you just sit back. Go grab a coffee, check your email, whatever. The commands are all going to run in sequence without you having to lift another finger. It's totally hands-off, completely stress-free deployment. You've literally just bought back your own time. So this leaves us with one final and I think pretty exciting question. When we automate all the boring, repetitive parts of our job, we free up our brains and our calendars for the work that really matters, the creative, complex, and valuable stuff. So with all this time you just saved, what are you going to build next?